Hi, I'm Dr. David Dobson. Welcome to Conversations. Today, my guest is Dr. Uyen Uyen Banh. Uyen is marketing instructor. She received her PhD in marketing from University of Manitoba. Her research focuses on marketing relationships, marketing strategy, and marketing technology. She received the Best Conference Paper Award 2023 for the marketing division by the Administrative Sciences Association of Canada. In our conversation today, we will discuss her PhD research on identifying drivers of review generation in business to business e-commerce. It's a great pleasure to have you with me today, Uyen.
Thank you for having me, David. It's great pleasure to be here.
To start off, Uyen, what is business to business e-commerce?
Yeah, well, let me explain this term using the counterparts that are more familiar. There are two parts in this term, the business to business or B2B for short, and electronic commerce or e-commerce. E-commerce refers to the buying and selling of goods or services online. And the counterpart of e-commerce is brick and mortar or physical stores. The counterpart of B2B is B2C or business to consumer. And B2C refers to a business selling goods or services to individual end users. So putting together, B2B e-commerce refers to business selling goods or services to another business. In everyday life, we are mostly end users, hence B2B e-commerce is not too familiar with us. But a prominent example of B2B e-commerce is Alibaba, where sellers sell their products to other businesses who in their turn gonna sell their product to other customers or end users.
Why are online reviews important to B2B e-commerce?
Well, again, let me refer to things that are more familiar. As individual customers, nowadays, we rely heavily on online reviews to make a purchase decision, from what food to eat, to what car to buy, and where to buy it. A study showed that 92% of customers read and use reviews before their purchases, and online shoppers trust their peers' opinions 12 times more than marketer-initiated sources. So this also applies to B2B. Theoretically, previous studies have shown that B2B buyers have always considered diverse information sources during the buying process. And external personal sources, such as the review from previous buyer, are most valued by B2Bs. Studies also show that review from previous buyers overshadow the direct influence of both advertising and sales promotions. With the internet, B2B buyers complete more than 60% of their purchasing journey before contacting a seller representatives. So practically, we also see an increasing number of third-party websites that provide online reviews about B2B goods and services. Hence, if businesses competing in B2B context and they don't utilize online reviews, they may miss out on the opportunity to be considered by other businesses.
Okay. Why were you interested in studying online reviews for B2B e-commerce for your PhD?
Well, thank you, David. This brings back really good memories for me. In the third years of my PhD program, I was awarded a fellowship that granted me the opportunity to intern in a local technological company. This company develops and sells applications to e-commerce websites, and they market their applications on a B2B app store. So obviously, their competitors are also present on this app store. And this app store uses an algorithm that is unknown to the app developers about how the apps are listed on the app store. However, an educated guest told us that reviews from previous buyers are an important element. Hence, I decided to work on a project to investigate what motivates the e-commerce website owner to write review about the application that they downloaded and uses. So fortunately, this topic is overlooked in academic. So I was able to turn it into the topic of my dissertation.
Very nice. What did you learn in your study?
Well, I learned a lot from this study. During my PhD training, methodologically, I focused on building skills and knowledge on applying econometrics methods to solve marketing problems in marketing strategy, digital marketing, and marketing technology. And in this research, I have applied multiple econometrics approaches to empirically answering the research questions, such as I use complementary log-log logistic model, control function approach, instrumental variables, Heckman's two-step procedures, etc. So things that I only read in other people's papers, now I would be able to work on the real data set and then apply it appropriately. And my findings show that B2B buyers' online review sharing behaviors are driven by four main factors. The first one is the relationship duration. The second one, the number of interactions between buyer and sellers that are initiated by buyers, not by the seller. And we call it customer-initiated contacts, free-tier pricings, and competition. And specifically, the relationship duration has a U-shaped effect on online review sharing, meaning that buyers are more likely to share online review either at the very early or at the very late stage of the relationship with the seller. Opposite to the effect of the relationship duration, the number of customer-initiated contacts has an inverted U-shape on online review sharing, such that at the beginning, the number of customer-initiated contact increase, the probability of online review sharing gonna increase. But after that turning point, the more initiated contacts that they receive, the less likely they're gonna share the review.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, and competition among buyers gonna inhibit them from sharing online review, and the sellers, if they offer free tier pricings, that's gonna promote the behavior of online review sharing. And I also find that sharing online reviews is positively related to continue using the products.
Okay. So you mentioned that in the beginning, the reviews goes up and then it's kind of flat up and then goes again at the end of the relationship. Why do you think there's a lot of reviews in the beginning and at the end?
Thank you, David. Actually, we use a theory. We borrow the theory from like channel literature. So we use something called the U curve theory. So the relationship between two partners go through the four stages. The first one, we call it the honeymoon. The second one is the routine, and then crossroad, and the finally is the established. Like after that, it's already like mature, and people, the two partners know about each other, and then that is how they like at the beginning, at the honeymoon stage, they're feeling good. Then that is how they spread good work. But after that, it go into like the normal. They don't really like remember about like this relationship. But then they know more at the end when the relationship is established. They share about the company again.
Okay, thank you for explaining that. Do you have any advice for students who want to study this topic further?
Yeah, sure. I would highly encourage students to discover this topic specifically and research in B2B in general. As I mentioned earlier, this topic is overlooked in academic. So for this research, one can study whether the result replicates in other industries, or if one can obtain data from various companies across multiple industries to increase the generalizability, that would be a significant contribution. And in general, for me, having knowledge of the industry is very useful when it comes to doing research related to B2B. That's why I think immersing oneself in the practical environment is quite important. I understand that time is scarce resources, especially for PhD students. But you know, it's hard to do research that is relevant to industry if we don't understand what problem industry are facing and what they are trying to solve.
After you received your PhD, you landed a tenure-track assistant professor position at an Australian university that starts next year. Congratulations on your new appointment.
Thank you.
What advice do you have for those receiving their PhDs as they search for an academic job?
I think for academic job search, people have very different approaches.
Okay.
And from my experience, I'm going to just share the big three things.
Okay.
Firstly, for me, being clear about which markets to target and
Okay.
preparing the job packet tailored to each position are the most important factors.
Okay.
In my case, I only applied to universities that I could see myself working there.
Nice.
So that saved me a lot of time from preparing and sending hundreds of applications and getting lost in them.
Right.
Second, spend time to study the position and the university that you want to apply so that you are familiar with the recruiting procedure and your application clearly shows that you are a good fit. So if you don't spend time to discover it, to learn about it, you're not gonna know what they are looking for and how you can tailor your application so that you show a good fit. Even you are really, really outstanding, but you are not a good fit with their department. There's a chance that they're not gonna interview you.
True.
And finally, having someone who has experience in academic job search to review your application and help you with the interview process, that is also important. So in my case, I only not have my advisor, the committee members, but also my friends and throughout the PhD program, I established some connections. I also reach out to LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the good resources for you to get in touch with people, with other professionals. So from that, people help me to review my application, also help me to do the mock test, to do the job talk, things like that are really important. And also good luck, right? We all need luck at the end.
Thank you for your time, Uyen. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, David. Same to you.